Okay, this is the last lesson of Math 60 happening now. After 6 months of use, the value of a tablet has dropped to $900. After 8 months, the value went down to $750. If 750 represents 1 point, state another point. What would it be? 900. Excellent. Okay, and so this means that we're using the X to represent what? What is X representing? Yeah, months after purchase. And then what does Y represent? Value in dollars. Find and interpret the rate of change. When you hear this word rate of change, what is that code word for? Find and interpret the slope. Okay, slope is rate of change. All lines have a constant rate of change. That means that this tablet is depreciating the same amount every single month. Okay, so our M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 over x1. And you could literally call either one of these the points. I like to call well, it doesn't matter. Which one do you want to make the first point? Which one do you want to make the second point? Let's just go in order. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. I was going to say I like to make the bigger numbers the second point, but they kind of swap because it's looking like the tablet is going down in value, isn't it? So what kind of slope do you expect to have then? Negative. Okay, let's see if that's true. M equals, I take 900, the value, subtract what number? 750 over 6 minus 8. 900 minus 750, who can tell me the answer to that? 150 divided by -2, excellent, and that would reduce down to -75. So how would you interpret that? What would you say? Yeah, I think it's actually months, right? So every month, the tablet loses $75 of value, because that's -75 over 1 month if we were to put the units with the slope. Find the linear equation that models the situation. Linear equation that models the situation is going to be find the equation of the line, right? So the equation of the line we're going to use, why would I use point slope form? Why can't I use just slope intercept form? Exactly. I don't know the y-intercept because neither one of these points are the y-intercept since the x's are not 0. And y-intercept, by the way, is the same as vertical intercept. You've seen that in some of your activities and some of you are confused about that. So we go y minus, let's just use this point, y minus 750 equals -75, that's the slope, x minus 8. You could do that one, or you should get the exact same answer if you go y minus 900 equals -75 times x minus 6. Oops. Don't mix up the points. Okay, now we're distributing. We want to get y by itself. So we have y minus 750 equals -75x. Can anyone tell me what 75 times 8 is? What is it? 1300? 1380. Okay. Sounds good. And then how do we get y by itself?
Oh, sorry.
Oh. Oh, okay. I didn't think those. 600. Okay, there we go. 600. And then we're adding the 750. And we get y equals -75x. Is it 1350? Okay. Plus 1350. Thank you for your help anyway. Should we just go ahead and do the other one just to prove that you get the same thing? Okay, let's do it. All right, here we would go 75 times x, negative 75 times x. We distribute y minus 900 equals negative 75x. 6 times 75 is? Use a calculator. It's going to be negative times a negative is a positive 450. And then we add 900 to both sides. And we should get y equals negative 75x plus 1350. Same thing, right? Now, write the equation in function notation. Function notation is just f of x. F of x is the same thing as y, so we could say f of x equals negative 75x plus 1350. And then evaluate f of 3, interpret its meaning. So f of 3 means that everywhere we see an x, we're going to replace that with 3. This is evaluate, right? And I really should have grabbed my calculator. Oh, look, I have a little convenient one here. So now we go 75 times 3, that's a negative, negative 225 plus 1350. Oops. So 1350 minus 225 equals, did you get that answer? 1125. So, how would you interpret the meaning? What does this mean? If I plug in 3, what does the 3 represent? After 3 months, what happens? The value is, there you go, of the tablet. Sorry, that's a mess. Write in pencil, then you can erase. Identify and interpret the y-intercept of the equation. Y-intercept is another word for vertical intercept. Okay, so you'll see that on some of your papers, vertical intercept. What is the y-intercept of the equation? Yeah, so if we said identify, we would plug in x is 0. That means we just bought the tablet. How much did it cost when we bought it? Yes, the value of the tablet was $13.50 when it was first purchased. Okay, any other questions on this before we end it? Yes? Questions? No?